My boyfriend seemed perfect until my scrunchies started vanishing one by one, revealing a bizarre secret that shook our relationship and left me questioning everything. Posted by you/handsome girly. My name is Anna, and I am 25 years old. About a month ago, I started officially dating a guy named Tim, who is 27. Tim seemed like the ideal boyfriend. He had a steady job as an accountant, always paid his bills on time, and was honest and attentive. He would text me good morning, plan thoughtful dates like picnics in the park, and listen when I talked about my day as a graphic designer. Our relationship was off to a great start, and I felt lucky to have found someone so reliable. But around the same time we became official, something odd began happening. My scrunchies started disappearing. This might sound small, but scrunchies are a big part of my daily routine. I have long, thick hair, and I rely on them to keep it out of my face while working, cooking, or just relaxing. I have always kept scrunchies all over my apartment, so I can grab one whenever I need it. I had a stash of 5 under my bathroom sink, 3 on my bedroom nightstand, a few in my guest room, and a pile in my living room on a coffee table. I kept some in my car's glove compartment and even tucked a couple into random kitchen drawers for emergencies. In total, I had at least 20 scrunchies in rotation, a mix of colorful cotton ones and soft towel-like ones. Every Sunday, I would gather any that had wandered, maybe left on the couch or in a purse, and return them to their spots. This system ensured I always had a scrunchie nearby, no matter where I was in my apartment. But after Tim and I started dating, my scrunchies began vanishing. At first, I thought I was just being forgetful. I would reach for one under the bathroom sink and find the spot empty. I checked my bedroom, but the nightstand stash was gone. The living room pile, usually 4 or 5, was completely missing. Even in my car, where I kept a handful, only 3 remained. In just a few weeks, my scrunchie count dropped from over 20 to just 6. I was confused and frustrated, searching my apartment for answers. I considered every possibility. My dog, Bella, is an older golden retriever who mostly sleeps on her bed and has never chewed on my scrunchies. If she had swallowed that many, I would have noticed her getting sick, and we would have been at the vet. I did not think anyone was breaking into my apartment just to steal scrunchies. That seemed ridiculous. I knew I was not losing them myself. I had been using my system for years without issue. The only new factor in my life was Tim. He was at my place often, joining me for movie nights or cooking dinner together, but he was never alone for long. Still, the timing was too coincidental to ignore. I brought it up with my friends over coffee one weekend, hoping for ideas. We started joking about it to lighten the mood. My friend Sarah laughed and said maybe Tim was secretly a ferret, hoarding scrunchies in a hidden nest. Another friend, Lisa, suggested he was building a secret collection in his closet, like a weird tribute to me. My friend Jake got more serious, wondering if Tim was testing me to see if I would notice things going missing. That idea made me uneasy, especially since Tim always seemed so trustworthy. I did not want to accuse him without proof, but the missing scrunchies were driving me crazy. I decided to post about it online in a relationship advice forum, hoping for outside perspectives or similar experiences. I described my scrunchie system, the disappearances, and how Tim was the only new person in my life. The responses were a mix of humor and practical advice. One person suggested I casually asked him if he had seen my scrunchies, saying, just mention a specific one, like, have you seen my blue scrunchie? I swear it was on the table. If he denies it, joke about getting a security camera for your apartment. Another commenter joked that I should start hiding Tim's things, like his keys, to see how he reacts. Someone else asked if Tim ever mentioned preferring my hair down, which I had not considered. I replied that I was mostly trying to figure out how to approach Tim without making it awkward, and I found the situation funny, even if it was frustrating. The online feedback gave me a plan. I decided to talk to Tim the next time he came over, which was that evening. I wanted to keep it light but direct, and if he denied everything, I was ready to set up a small camera to catch whoever was taking my scrunchies, whether it was Tim or some unlikely intruder. Update. That morning, I noticed another scrunchie missing from my bedroom, and I knew I could not wait any longer. Tim was coming over for dinner that evening, and I decided it was the perfect time to confront him. I wanted to talk in person, not over text, so we could have a real conversation. After we ate pasta and watched a bit of a comedy show, I brought it up. I started casually saying, I keep losing my scrunchies, and it's driving me nuts. Have you seen any around the apartment? Tim looked at me and said, not really. Don't you have one on your nightstand? I nodded but pressed further. I do, but I used to have way more, and now they're almost all gone. It's really weird. I watched his face closely, trying to read his reaction. Tim's expression changed. He looked nervous, avoiding my eyes. He shrugged and said, I don't know. Maybe they're under the couch or something. I did not buy it. I had already checked every corner of my apartment. I asked directly, Tim, are you taking my scrunchies? Be honest. He hesitated, then said, No, of course not. But his voice was shaky. I pointed out that the disappearances started when we began dating, and I never saw him with scrunchies on his wrist, like he might have accidentally taken them. He mumbled, I don't know, which made no sense. I got frustrated and raised my voice, saying, Tim, this is my stuff, and I need to know what's going on. He looked like he was about to cry, his face red. Finally, he admitted he had been taking the scrunchies. He said it started early in our relationship, one night when we were at my apartment. We had been kissing, but I told him I was not ready to go further. He went to the bathroom, looking for something personal of mine to feel closer to me. He found a soft towel scrunchie, used it inappropriately, and took it home out of embarrassment. He said he kept taking more because they were mine and it felt special to him. I was stunned, barely able to process what he was saying. I asked why he did not just use the same one or buy his own. He said it was about them belonging to me, which felt like a violation of my trust. Tim apologized over and over, promising he would never take another scrunchie. He even offered to replace them all. I was not sure what to think. He was not manipulative or scary like some online theories suggested, but he had stolen from me and broken my trust. I told him I needed space to think, and he left my apartment quietly. Online, people had reactions ranging from shock to humor. One commenter joked, he's putting the crunch in scrunchie. Another said, I'm sorry, but I hate this for you. Someone asked if I was going to break up with him, calling him Scrunchy Guy. I replied, he's definitely Scrunchy Guy in my friend group now. I'm known for dating guys who do wild things. I've got bodies in the river guy, laxatives in your pasta guy, squirrel guy, and now him. The next guy has a lot to live up to. People were curious about my ex's nicknames, so I explained. My first boyfriend, when I was 18, gave off creepy vibes and talked about hurting people, including saying creepy things about bodies in a river during a walk. I ended it after he hit me and reported him to the police. Another guy, a year later, put laxatives in my food to make me sick, which I discovered after doctor visits. He also lied about a vape's nicotine content. The squirrel guy mocked me for helping an injured squirrel and left me behind during a chaotic event at a public place, running off without me. One commenter said my instincts for spotting trouble seemed sharp in the moment, but not beforehand. I agreed, saying, my sense for danger kicks in when it's happening, but I'm terrible at picking guys before it gets weird. Maybe I should just get a cat. They'd use my scrunchies for fun, not trouble. Another person joked that Tim seemed tame compared to my exes. I replied, it's getting better, I guess, but I might take a break from dating for a while. I am still deciding what to do about Tim. His honesty in the end means something, but the trust is damaged. For now, I am focusing on myself, restocking my scrunchies, and spending time with Bella, who is happily snoozing by my side. The online support helped me find the courage to confront him, and I am grateful for the laughs and advice.